Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show, where you'll find health and fitness inspiration, motivation, and information shared in 15-minute episodes. Tune in while getting a move on to make leading and enjoying the benefits of a healthy lifestyle almost too easy. It's the Fit 15. And now your host, Catherine Basu.
Welcome to the Fit 15 podcast show. I'm your host, Catherine Basu. And in case you're wondering, yes, the show had been on a little bit of a hiatus as I enjoyed time with family over the holidays. I hope you were able to enjoy the holidays as well. Yesterday was the first episode I released in a while. So if you missed that and want to go check that out, head back to the show notes to find that. That episode was called Happy New Year, and I shared some apps that I love and use myself that are fitness-related apps. So hope you'll get to check those out. Some of the app creators, actually many of the app creators, have been on the podcast show. And if there's an app that you see not listed there that you use and love, I would love to feature that in a future episode. So feel free to reach out. You can email me, podcast@fitarmadillo.com, to share more about that or anything else you think I should know about for the show. All right, so back to today's episode. I'm so excited to be welcoming back a past guest who has a giveaway for us. So do not forget to listen through the end of the episode and make sure you get yourself set up to be able to enter that giveaway. All right, so who is my guest today? It's Lauren Golden, the fearless leader of the Free Mama movement and a thriving community of tens of thousands of women who don't want to choose between family and financial stability. Her mission is simple. Lauren wants to ensure that no mother ever has to sacrifice time with her babies in order to provide for them. Lauren is also a #1 international best-selling author. And in her book, The Free Mama Movement, How to Work from Home, Control Your Schedule, and Make More Money, she shares her own story along with plenty of practical advice for anyone looking to leave the 9-to-5 behind and make a real living from home. Lauren, welcome back to the Fit 15. I'm so excited to have you as my guest today.
Thank you so much for having me back, Catherine. I'm excited to get to chat with you again.
Yeah. So for people who haven't heard your first episode, that was episode 93 back in June of last year. So we're in a new year.
A lot has changed since then, my friend.
Yeah, a lot has changed. The most exciting thing I think for you, I mean, you could tell me if there's other things too, but is that you become a published author, and not only that, but a #1 international best-selling author. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I was just speaking with someone this morning and they asked me, how did it go? What was it like? What did it feel like? And I told her not to downplay the achievement, because that was a big part of my goal, right? We like credentials in our society, I think. And so I wanted that little badge that said best-selling author. It makes it feel, it's very rewarding. It's like a little trophy for an author. And so it was very rewarding. But what I was telling her was, what was the most satisfying to me was actually the journey. And that is, of course, a quote, is it's about the journey, not the destination.
Yep.
But I truly felt that way about this book. I have wanted to be an author since I was a little girl. I used to write and illustrate my own children's books. And
I love that.
Somehow, and I wish I knew why, but I stopped doing it. And then it kind of came back to me again in my adult life, where I had this little tap on the shoulder, you should write a book. You should write a book. And, it's something I started and came back to and left and forgot about, and then came back to a million times. And it was actually my original outline or table of contents for the book that became my online program, my 12-week program, the Free Mama Movement. And so the book actually was the catalyst for the program. And so it was about May of last year, so right before our interview, that the program was really moving. It was kind of this beautiful machine that I had, created. And all of a sudden I had the time and resources to go back to the book. And so it became a huge priority again. And it was a labor of love. It was a joint effort. I worked both with a writer and a publisher to get the book out in the world. And it was about the journey, not the destination. I can tell you, it was a labor of love. And I'm really proud to actually have done it. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, you should be proud. I love that you've shared that story, because I think for so many of us, we have these big goals and, we strive, and then we, hopefully achieve them. But we often don't like enjoy the journey. And so I think for people listening that maybe they're starting something, whatever it is right now, especially with the new year, just, happening for us, that, try to enjoy those steps along the way too. Cause
it is. That's important. The part. I think that's the part that really makes us who we are, and it can feel hard at times. Do not get me wrong. This was not easy to get to. But when I look back, that's what really kind of showed me what I was made of. And like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I did do this, but it wasn't just the best-selling author. Like that was not the part that I was the most proud of. The part I was most proud of is actually seeing such a big undertaking, from start to finish. I think it's very satisfying.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I'm so excited for you. I love, I was admitting to you that I didn't get to read the book just yet because I started reading a little bit, and then I'm not a mom myself, but I spent a lot of time with my nieces the last few weeks, and I was thinking I was going to get to it, and I just didn't. But I'm excited to break my copy open, soon, because I also am more of like a hard copy person. So you've been sweet enough to send me a copy. So I'm excited about that. And
Amazon Prime, baby.
Yes, Amazon Prime. But one thing I love that I think will apply to anyone. I mean, obviously, you mentioned, and I shared in the intro, that you're the founder of the Free Mama movement. So some people that are not moms might not think, the tips might apply to them. But what I love from kind of, what you have, the like little book blurb you have on Amazon, are a few key pieces that I'd love for you to like chat with us about a little bit today. Give us a preview that I think will apply to all the listeners, whether they're moms or not. And the first thing I love is just the ending where you said that if you've had this nagging feeling that you were meant for more, that this book will show you how right you are and how within reach it is. And I love just like having people maybe latch on to hearing that and maybe being able to pick up the book for no matter what, they might have in mind for the new year, that, they actually can reach those goals, whether they're fitness or not. And then, one thing I also wanted to have you maybe share about is that daily 5 approach you have. So, just kind of using that to help us implement some of these strategies to actually get after that, that nagging feeling and be able to accomplish those goals. So could you share some insights on some of those things for us, Lauren?
I would love to. So because I don't think I've actually said it yet, the name of my book is The Free Mama, How to Work from Home, Control Your Schedule, and Make More Money. So
hi, friends, it's Catherine. I'm going to bring you right back to Lauren, but I didn't want to forget to remind you to turn around if you only have 15 minutes and are using the episode to go on an out and back walk or run. That sound was your halfway point reminder. You want to turn around now. All right, back to Lauren.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am a mom. Yes, I primarily work with moms. Although just last week I had a coaching call with a woman who got on, and the second she got on, she said, "I have a confession." Your confession? She goes, "I am a mom to a dog, and I'm a mom to a human." And she goes, "Is that okay?" And she's already done my program. And I just laughed because I was like, yes, it's definitely okay.
Yeah.
Like, this is not this stuff that I teach is not exclusive to moms. So if you are someone who is interested in working from home or interested in controlling your schedule or interested in making more money, but you are not a mom or you are a fur mom, you are still going to love this book. It is, in my opinion, it's kind of one part women's empowerment, one part business. So like a, we get down to business. I would be completely out of integrity because I am a doer. I am an executor by nature. I would be out of integrity to write a book that is a bunch of fluff. So I am going to build you up. I hope to inspire you, motivate you, make you laugh. I've even been told that people have cried. So get ready for a roller coaster. But the whole second half is all about implementation. So that kind of brings us to what you were asking with the Daily 5. So the Daily 5 is my signature time management trick. And it's awesome and it's fabulous. And you can even download a free resource at thefreemama.com/thedaily5. It's the number 5. Don't write it out. And it's a free resource and there's a free video. So I'll walk you through how to use it. But the concept is this. How many of you guys have ever had this big to-do list and you're like writing down all these things, or maybe you're like doing something and just so you feel satisfied, you go back to your list and you write it down just so you can cross it off. Like that is not an effective way to be more efficient, right? That is not an effective way to get more things done. Although it gives you that momentary satisfaction, most of us are trying to do too much and we end up overwhelmed and we actually end up doing less, or at least less of the things that I call are like those like game changer things, right? Those things that are really going to move us forward and get us closer to our goals, whether they're health goals, lifestyle goals, business goals, it doesn't really matter. So the idea of the daily 5 is that every day you are going to have no more than 5 things to do on your to-do list. Wouldn't that be a relief? 5 things. You don't have to think about anything else. So you have 5 things. I do suggest creating your daily 5 the night before so that you don't spend those first fresh moments of a new day trying to map out your day. You've already got it ready to go. And you're going to write down 5 things. But here's the key. You're going to prioritize them. So yes, you actually have to rank those things in order of importance, in order of those things being game changers for you. So for some of you, that might be just getting the laundry from the dryer to the bedroom. Like that really, for some people, like is a major obstacle. It might be reaching out to a cold client who you've never talked to and you're scared to send them a message, but you know you need to do it because you would love to work with them. It might be putting on your yoga pants and making it to the gym, even though it is freezing outside and you'd rather stay in bed. It doesn't matter what it is, but you have to rank them. So you're going to rank your 5 things in order of most importance. And here's the kicker, you guys. The way that the daily 5 works is that you cannot move on to number 2 until you've accomplished number 1 and so on. So it forces you to deal with those things that they're the game changers for you. You're going to start the day going to the gym. You're going to start the day with a clean house. You're going to reach out to that client. And it prohibits you from procrastinating. I don't know if you're a procrastinator, Catherine, but I know a lot of people, like we stay away from the hard, scary things, right? Like it seems hard and scary, but oftentimes those are the things that actually make the biggest impact in our lives. And so here's the deal with the daily 5. Last thing, and then we'll wrap it up on the daily 5 and you guys can all go check out the freebie in the video. The last thing I want to say is that it's not about getting all 5 things done because you're prioritizing them. Even if you only make it through 1 and 2 of your daily 5, you can go to bed that night knowing that you got 2 game-changing things done. You got 2 things accomplished that if you had some massive list of 10 things, you never would have done. You would have avoided, you would have procrastinated, you would have done all the little things around the house instead of doing those 2 things. So you can go to bed every night knowing like, I moved closer to my goals today. Like what I did today, those things mattered. And so then 3 through 5 can just either come up the to-do list, maybe they'll become number 1 the next day, or you can reprioritize, given what's going on in your life. But it's so effective. And then I just want to say that it does take time to build a habit. So if you're going to try the daily 5, don't try it on for a day, try it on for a month, really try to commit to doing it. Put it in your calendar every night, like spend 10 minutes. Okay, I got to set up my daily 5. And it'll become a habit. And then I promise you, you will start to see some serious results in your life, whatever you're trying to improve.
No, I love that. I love it for a few reasons. I mean, one, a lot of people say to just pick 3 things and I can never pick 3 things. I like that I have this freedom to add 2 more. But I love the prioritizing part because I think that's kind of where, I have I actually have more than 3 things and I get stressed out about that. But then, when it comes down to it, just having those priority ones that you get done. I mean, usually not all the things I have on my list have to be done in that one given day. So, but I would feel really great if some of those things got done, like that call, right? Those scary calls, maybe they only take 10 minutes in reality, but the agony that you spend, putting it off can take a lot more time. So I love that.
Exactly. It gives you focus, right? So when you sit down, you know what you need to do. You don't spend time guessing or wondering, you know exactly what you need to do. And so if you want to hit the rest of your to-dos, you got to have some self-control, right? You got to have a little bit of accountability. And so, I hope that this is a tremendous resource for you guys. Go check out the download because there's a lot of other fun things. It gets you really centered on your goals. It gets you centered on your gratitude as well. I think finding the positive in our lives every day is a really important part of staying focused and also moving forward as well.
Yeah, no, I love that. Well, I'm excited. I won't ask many more questions then because I'm sure there's a lot more in the resources there. But do you have anything learned? I mean, I know, I love that piece about just kind of inspiring women to, or really anyone listening, it doesn't have to be a woman or a mom, but to kind of had themselves think about that they're meant for more? Any like, little nuggets of wisdom to encourage people that maybe they're scared to step into some like big vision they have, whether it's maybe becoming a published author themselves or, tackling a new fitness goal that you could just kind of give us before we officially say goodbye?
Yes, I think it's a matter of breaking it down. And it's interesting. And I was asking you before we started recording this episode, I said, do you think this is going to air soon? And the reason I asked is because right now it is January 2019 as we are recording. And so a lot of people are talking about New Year's resolutions and new goals for the year. And it's an exciting time, right? Like I always say, New Year's Day feels like a Monday on steroids. Like
Yep.
we get into it and we believe anything's possible. And what if we held on to that belief because we weren't simply focusing on the super big, audacious goal at the end of the road, but we actually started to piece together the steps to get there. So being in fitness, Catherine, I'm sure you talk to a lot of people who they're like, I want to completely change my eating habits this year, or I want to lose 50 pounds. Well, those are brilliant goals. They're beautiful goals and they're slightly intimidating. And so you say, I want to be a published author. I want to be a #1 international best-selling author, or I want to lose 50 pounds, or I'm going to start a business this year and quit my job, which is a really big one of the women that I work with. It's a beautiful goal. It's a beautiful finish line, maybe not your last finish line, right? You're going to create a new finish line when you reach that one, but it can feel really intimidating. And so it becomes easy to throw in the towel anytime something, feels like we got off of that road towards that goal. And so I just really encourage everybody, you are meant for more. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. And one of the things I do in my book is help turn these big goals down into actionable items, because it's not about crazy big gestures and these huge movements. It's actually the little small intentional steps that we walk every single day that help us get where we want to be. And so the Daily 5, this was a beautiful tie-in. So thank you, Catherine.
Yeah.
The Daily 5 is a great way to help you create intention towards those bigger goals. Because again, it's not some giant leap that helps us reach them. It's one step at a time. So it's writing a table of contents. It's starting with one chapter. It's picking up the phone and speaking to a publisher. It's the little things. It's one word at a time, one sentence at a time, all the edits, like it's such a process. And so my encouragement for everybody listening would be whatever it is that you want to do, whatever you believe that you are meant for, I believe it too. And just get started, just one day at a time, one intentional step at a time. Just get started. Don't be overwhelmed by your big, scary goals because they're really not that far out of reach.
I love that. You're giving me goosebumps. I'm excited for everyone listening. And I'm hoping that they'll get to share with us, the things that they are going to work on and keep us updated. Because you're right. It is, whether it is a fitness goal or starting a business, it's about those small steps. You're not going to have your business complete and rolling on all cylinders, tomorrow. If you decide you want to start one, it takes a lot of small steps, but putting that forward one day at a time is really, really important. So I love that. Well, Lauren, we have something exciting to share with the listeners, that you're going to give away a hard copy of the book for them. So
yes, I'm so excited. So check out Catherine's social media. She will tell you exactly how to enter to win. And I'm so excited. I will give away a signed copy of my #1 international best-selling book.
I love it.
How to work from home, control your schedule, and make more money. And again, even if you're not a mom, please enter. Even if you're not a woman, please enter. Someone in your life who will benefit from this book. And I'm willing to bet that you will benefit as well.
Yeah. And people, I know, it is a fitness podcast, but obviously, you can't really enjoy fitness. One of the biggest barriers for people is just finding the time, right? So learning great time management strategies will benefit any of the listeners who have that as like their main goal. But having your own business is a great way to be able to kind of take ownership of your time, right? So that's I recommend anyone consider that if they're out there curious. Take some steps.
I'm going to talk all about self-employment. You're gonna get an earful from me in a really good way.
Oh, goodness. Well, Lauren, I've really enjoyed chatting with you again. People should definitely go check out your other episode to learn more about, your fitness journey a little bit and kind of fitting fitness into into business and motherhood, which is what we kind of themed that episode. But thanks for coming on today. And I'm excited to break into the book and put your tips into action in my own business. And I'm excited to do the giveaway for the listeners as well. And people can check the show notes for all the details on that.
Awesome. Thank you, Catherine. And just as a follow-up from last episode, I'm still going to Lifetime. I'm still working on doing more strength training. But Saturday morning step class is still my favorite.
Oh, I love it.
I'm a product of the 80s.
I mean, it's hard for me to find a step class these days. I was never coordinated enough to really belong there or feel it, but it's still fun. It's a throwback, right?
Okay, well, next time you come to Houston, I'll take you.
I love it. Awesome.
It's a date.
Well, thank you so much again.
You're welcome. Thanks, Catherine. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Fit 15. For show notes and more, visit fitarmadillo.com/podcast. See you next time.
Hi friends, it's Catherine, just popping back on here because I wanted to make sure that you don't miss your chance to enter that giveaway for Lauren's book, not just a hardback copy that she's so generously gifting one of you, but the fact that it's going to be signed as well. So great gift for you or maybe a friend if you know someone who is interested in finding more balance between their family and work life, starting a business, or just looking for some time management tips. So I think you deserve to get the book for yourself because you're taking the time to listen to the podcast. But for all that information, just go to fitarmadillo.com/podcast. That's the easiest way to get to the giveaway info and look for episode 152. That's 152, this episode with Lauren. Thanks so much for listening. If you subscribe to the podcast, you'll make my day. If you leave a rating or review, you will make my day even more. And if you subscribe and keep following the podcast, I hope to chat with you again tomorrow. Thanks so much for listening. I appreciate you so much. And good luck on that giveaway. I hope you win. Bye, guys.